What's going on, guys? ChillisFM here, and the Ultra Premier League is back. Guys, when the Ultra Premier League came back, I could not wait to try out Galarian Slowpoke in it. I had so much fun with it in the Great League, and I had so many positive sets with it. I thought it was going to be the same in the Ultra Premier League, but I'm not going to lie. Building this thing was a mistake. Guys, there were some games that I was able to win with this, but it was a struggle. There is so much that hard counters it in the Ultra Premier League. Right now, it just does not work. We're gonna go ahead and jump into the battles, but real quick, make sure you hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I do upload Pokemon Go Battle League content twice a week. All right, let's get into it. Jumping into the battles, you're going to notice that I run 3 different teams throughout this video. The very first one, I'm running a Jellicent lead with double poison in the back. I'm up against a Galade lead that seems like a good lead for my Jellicent, but it's actually not because Galade's going to outpace me and the Leaf Blades do hurt. Now, I never run Bubble Beam on my Jellicent, but today I felt like baiting people, so I go for the bait and they no-showed. Of course, they no-showed the Bubble Beam. Anyways, it's fine. I'm going to catch the next Leaf Blade on my Alolan Muck. This will be resisted. It won't do much damage. Yeah, I mean, it just tickles. They answer with Empoleon. Now, Empoleon's not a hard counter for my Alolan Muck since I'm not running Poison Jab. I'm going to be able to get to this Dark Pulse. We'll see how much it does. Yeah, it takes out about half of the Empoleon's health, so it definitely hurts. I'm at the next Dark Pulse and they're throwing. Now, I'm thinking that I can survive this Hydro Cannon, and I do. So I'm able to throw this next Dark Pulse. They're probably going to have to shield this if they want to stay alive. No, they no-shield and they barely survive with just a sliver of health. Alright, that's fine. I can come in with my Jellicent. They're not at a charge move. I can Hex down, and I'm going for another Bubble Beam bait. Surely this Galade won't call it a second time, but they do. Why am I running Bubble Beam? What was I thinking? I don't know. Anyways, they come out with a Typhlosion. Now, Typhlosion only has nukes, right? So it is going to be throwing Blast Burns, and it takes 3 Incinerates to get to the first Blast Burn and 2 more to get to the next one. So when they're at 5 Incinerates, I know that they'll have 2 back-to-back. So I'm going for the Psychic here. Of course, they're going to be shielding whatever I throw at them. And I'm at the next Psychic. They should get the second shield. They're at 3 Incinerates right here. Hopefully this was CMP. No, it was not CMP. They throw another Incinerate. Now they're at 5 Incinerates. So their only play right here is to throw both Blast Burns back to back. I'm going to shield the first one, and I'm going to swap and catch the next one on my Jellicent. Since they were at 100 energy, I knew that was their only play. They could not throw another Incinerate, and they are going to swap into their Galade, but I can go straight for the Psychic. This will take out the Galade, and then Poison Jab goes through quicker than Incinerate, so 1 Poison Jab will take out the Typhlosion. So GG's, well played to my opponent, but by knowing the counts of their charge move and knowing when they were able to get to 100 energy, I was able to take that game. Moving into the next matchup, up against a Galvantula lead. That's obviously a terrible lead for my Jellicent. All the electric type moves will be doing super effective, and they swap into Escavalier as an answer to my Galarian Slowpoke. Now, Escavalier seems like a solid answer because Drill Run will do super effective damage, but they actually go Mega Horn, which does about the same amount of damage, but is less energy efficient, and boom, that Focus Blast is going to just about one-shot. The counters are double resisted, so they were not going to be able to counter me down, and I'm able to win switch here. They bring out a Swampert. I'm going to go straight for the Psychic here, and we get the shield. They thought it was probably another Focus Blast. That's great for me. However, what's not great is they were able to farm me down. So Jellicent's really my only answer for Swampert on this team, so I am going to shield the potential Earthquake here. It was a Hydro Cannon bait. They swap back out into their Galvantula. I'm going to come in with my Alolan Muck and tank whatever they throw here. Probably the Lunge, yeah. It is the Lunge. Discharge does slightly more damage, but Lunge is going to, of course, debuff me as well. I build up to the Sludge, and I'm going for the Dark Pulse. We get the shield. That's great. Can I get to another Dark Pulse before they throw? No. They throw at the same time as me, and they're only 1 Volt Switch away from their next move. So I'm going to have to tank this, and I get to the Shadow Ball. So what I did there was I knew that Hex was going to go through before the Volt Switch, so I was able to save my shield and throw the Shadow Ball at the Galvantula to take it out, and then they know that Swampert has no play since my Jellicent still has a shield, so that's going to be GG's. Well played to my opponent. All right, moving into match number 3 up against Whisper. They're going to be bringing a Magnezone lead, so another electric type lead. That's not great for my Jellicent. Plus, Magnezone's even worse because it's double resisting all my poison jabs from my Galarian Slowbro. Still, I'm going to stay in. If this is a wild charge, it's no big deal. Yeah, so they hit me with a wild charge and then they swap out into Gallade. I can go straight for the Psychic here. Let's see how much this does. If it lands, man, it definitely hits hard. And I'm almost able to poison jab down, but they're able to confusion me down. And I know they have a Leaf Blade stored, but still, I'm going to come in with Jellicent, eat it, and Hex down. At least I'll have a little bit of energy on my Jellicent, and I can save both shields for that Magnezone. So I'm expecting Magnezone to come back in. Yes, it does. I swap out into my Alolan Muck, and they're staying in, which is interesting. They might be throwing a wild charge and dipping, but if they do throw a wild charge, I know they're debuffing themselves. So I'm going to no shield, and they're staying in after the wild charge. So that's interesting. They must be weak to Alolan Muck in the back. Going for the Dark Pulse, they showed it. That definitely confirms they are weak to Alolan Muck in the back. All right, I'm calling the bait here, and it is the Mirror Shot. Able to make it to another Dark Pulse just before they throw, and this will take them out if they no shield. Let's see if they want to invest the second shield. They don't because my Alolan Muck is so low, and they have a Venusaur in the back. So I'm going to be able to reach the Dark Pulse here. We'll see what they want to do, if they want to give up their last shield or not. No, they're saving it in case my Jellicent has Ice Beam. So I'm going to build up like I have Ice Beam, and I'm going to go for the bait. Can I successfully bait this time? Yes, we get the shield. I still have 2 shields, and I'm going to be able to reach the Shadow Ball. So this is going to be taking out the Venusaur, and I am going to be able to overcome a terrible lead with 2 shields still remaining. Let's go. All right, so after those first 3 games, you might be thinking that Galarian Slowbro is not too bad in the Ultra League. Well, after that, it got pretty rough. So I was up against an Obstagoon lead here. Now, my only answer for Obstagoon is my Alolan Muck, and that's not even a hard counter. I am able to land the Sludge Wave, but that Obstagoon has almost 100 energy. They bring in a Talonflame. I'm going to build up to the Sludge Wave and bait with the Dark Pulse. I do get the shield. That's beautiful. Now they're over farming, and I'm trying to throw this next Dark Pulse, but they're going to be throwing a Flame Charge here. I'm going to no shield it. I might survive. Yes, I do survive. Now, I wasn't going to be able to make it to the Sludge, so I go straight for the Dark Pulse here. And this will do some nice chip, but they're going to get another Incinerate through. And since that Obstagoon has so much energy, I really cannot shield. I'm hoping this is just another Flame Charge, and then I can go for the Bubble Beam, but it is the Brave Bird, which hurts a lot. And then I thought that I could throw one more Hex and be able to get off the Bubble Beam, but I miscounted, so they're going to be able to take out my Jellicent, and they have a Kanto Muck in the back. So this isn't so bad because I have Psychic on my Galarian Slowbro. Let's see if they know about it. Yeah, okay, they shield. Why? Why would you shield that? Why? Come on. That's all right. They might have Dark Pulse, but like I said, I cannot shield because Obstagoon has Night Slashes stored and ready to go. So I'm going to be able to go for the next Psychic. Hopefully this is enough to take out this Muck, but Muck is bulky, so it is not enough to take him out. All right, I have to eat whatever they throw. And it is the Thunder Punch. That's great, but I'm so low. I am so low. Still, Obstagoon's counters are double resisted. I just have to make it to the Focus Blast. Alright, so he has 2 Night Slashes ready to go, and I believe he's either 3 or 4 counters off the next one. So I showed up the first Night Slash, I sneak Poison Jab through, and he's throwing the second one, so I shielded up. And yeah, there was no way I was going to make it to the Focus Blast, so I have to go for the double resisted Psychic. Hopefully I get the debuff. I get the debuff, come on! But I'm not able to farm down. So they're going to take this game, able to get to another Night Slash, but it was actually pretty close. But regardless, I mean, you could see I was just too weak to the things in the back. Moving to the next one, up against an Escavalier lead. That's a good lead for my Jellicent. The Drill Run won't hurt too bad. I'm going to go straight for the Shadow Ball. Now, they did CMP me here, but I don't care about the Drill Run. And it's an Acid Spray bait. So, interesting play by my opponent. I wasn't going to shield anyways, so I don't think Acid Spray was the play. But I'm able to land the Shadow Ball, and now I'm going to go straight for the Bubble Beam. Bubble Beam is not going to be enough to take out this Escavalier, but it will drop their attack, meaning that that Drill Run won't do near as much. So they're going to be throwing here. Let's see how much this Drone does. I'm debuffed, but so is their attack. Yeah, it doesn't hurt too bad. Able to hex down, have some energy, and they bring in Alolan Muck. Now, I don't want to get farmed down, so I swap into my own Alolan Muck, and I lure out their Swampert. That's great. I definitely do not want Swampert on my Galarian Slowbro, so that's great. Let's see what happens next. I'm going to save my shields here, so we'll see if he wants to go straight for the Earthquake to take me out, or if he wants to go for the Hydro Cannon. He goes for the Hydro Cannon. So I'm at the next Dark Pulse, but I over-tap. Okay, all right. Hopefully I can survive this Hydro Cannon and get off the Dark Pulse. Yes, able to survive with 1 HP. You can see that Mud Shot did go through, so I will die after I throw this. But I get a shield, so at least I have shield advantage now. I can bring in Jellicent, and I'm going to go straight for the Shadow Ball, hopefully to take out this Swampert. Please, Swampert, get out of here. I don't want to see you. All right, he shields. Brings out his own Muck. And I'm going to swap into my Slowbro. Now, of course, the Dark Pulses are going to be doing super effective damage, so we're pretty weak to his back line. We get some lag here, but I have Focus Blast, so I can go straight for the Focus Blast. And this is the one game that I was running Confusion. After, I think I played 2 games with Confusion, and I just realized that was not the play. I switched to Poison Jab. So I'm going for the Focus Blast here. Is this enough to take out this Muck? I am shields down now. No, they survive with 1 HP. And they're going to get off the Dark Pulse. Ow, that hurts. Okay, able to Confusion down though. Swampert's still alive in the back. Yeah, Swampert was going to be able to Mud Shot me down, so I had to swap into my Jellicent, and I had to throw because this Swampert has energy. The Bubble Beam just does absolutely nothing. And yeah, Hydro Cannon's going to take out my Jellicent. But can I Confusion down now? Yeah, no. He had back-to-backs, and Galarian Slowbro is just too weak to too many things in the meta. So you can see this is where the pain really started to sink in. Into the next one, I have a different team. I'm running a Obstagoon lead, still with double poison in the back. And so they bring in Venusaur. I'm going to swap. Tried to catch tried to bank some energy before swapping, and I come into my Galarian Slowbro. They answer with Alolan Muck. Now I can go straight for the Focus Blast. We know this won't one-shot, but let's see if they let it go through. No. People know about the Focus Blast now. Too many people know. I'm not able to land them as much now. And they're going to be able to take out my Slowbro with the Dark Pulse. Now I can come back in with my Obstagoon. I do have some energy stored. I'm going to go for the Cross Chop here. This won't do too much, but at least it hits for neutral, whereas Night Slash is resisted. Now I know they're probably going to throw the Sludge here, so I go ahead and throw up a shield, and it was a good shield. I get the Sludge shielded, and I'm going to overfarm and go for another Cross Chop. Just kidding. I'm going to catch on my own Alolan Muck. This should be the Sludge Wave, and it is, so that's a good catch. They bring back in their Venusaur? Really? Venusaur? Are you sure about that one? All right. So they bring back in their Venusaur. The Frenzy Plant doesn't hurt too bad. I'm going straight for the Sludge here. We'll see if this Venusaur wants to shield it or if they want to go down. They eat it, but they're able to throw before they go down. Somehow they got a Vine Whip through right there. All right, so I'm not going to shield it. And they have Scrafty in the back. Now I have a ton of energy on my Obstagoon. These Cross Chops are going to be doing super effective damage. The first one lands, throwing the next one. We'll see if they want to start shielding here or not. Nope, they no shield. So I'm countering down. Now I'm taking double super effective damage from their counters. I definitely have to shield the pup here. Because it would definitely hurt. And they got to use their shield, right? So I'm going for the Night Slash on this next one. I need the boost to be able to win this, and we get the boost, but it's just not enough. Okay. All right, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Let's move on. Going into a Jellicent lead, a great lead for my Obstagoon. They swap out into a Alolan Ninetales, so Galarian Slowbro seems like a great answer here. And I'm going to overfarm just by a little bit. I don't know what they were farming up to, but I'm going to go for the Psychic here. And they eat it. So, all right, GG's. Well played to my opponent. Not sure what they were building up to. Moving into the next one, though. We have Obstagoon up against Empoleon. That's a great lead. They swap out into a Shadow Venusaur. This is looking great, right? I'm going to come in with my Galarian Slowbro. doing neutral with all the poison jabs, and of course Psychic will do super effective, and I'm resisting everything the Venusaur is throwing. So I'm going to overfarm by a little bit and go for the Psychic here. We'll see if they want to shield this or not. Yeah, they shielded because they're thinking that they're going to be able to outpace me. So now I can shield up their Frenzy Plant and try to race them to this next Psychic. Let's see, they're hitting the Frenzy Plant right here, and I'm also hitting the Psychic. Galarian Slowbro actually won CMP here, or they didn't throw, I'm not sure. But it takes out their Venusaur. We'll see what they want to come in with next. They come back in with their Empoleon. Now I'm not going to be able to reach the Focus Blast at this point, not even the Psychic. So they're going to get some nice farm. And in the back they have Toxicroak, which beats both Obstagoon and Alolan Mug. Oh my gosh, guys. I was just struggling. I was struggling so hard. So I'm going to go for the Sledge Wave. No, I go for the Dark Pulse Bait. They do get to the Mud Bomb here. I was actually trying to sneak through a Snarl when they threw the Mud Bomb, but they weren't throwing, so I went for the throw, and it was a CMP tie. So I'm going to be able to go for the Dark Pulse, and they do shield, but I'm not confident that I'm going to be able to make it to the next Sledge. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this next Dark Pulse to get a little bit of chip damage. But after that, they're able to completely counter me down. I have a Night Slash ready, but this is resisted by the Toxicroak. Both moves are resisted, so not a lot that I can do here. Man, it just does nothing. I get the boost though. Come on. Counter down and win. Come on. Sledge Bomb lands, and they counter me down. All right. GG's. Well played to my opponent. It was a struggle, guys. This team, or making Galarian Slowbro work, I mean, I'm showing the games that it worked the best, but it wasn't great. All right, this time I have it as my lead, and I pick up a bad lead with Politoed. So I farm up a little bit of energy, and I decided to go a little bit more spicy with this team. I bring in Greninja. Now, they farmed up quite a bit. I'm expecting the Earthquake, and it is the Earthquake, so good shield on my part. And they bring out Galvantula. So Galvantula is doing super effective damage with all the Water-type moves, but I'm going to go for the Night Slash, and there we go, another boost, guys. I was getting boosts left and right, but I was still struggling. So I'm going for another Night Slash, and they have to shield. And we get another boost, and they thought they could farm me down, but we're able to get to another Night Slash. Greninja is very, very spammy. Able to take out Galvantula. We now have shield advantage and switch advantage. I can bring my Goon in to align with this Politoed. I'm going straight for the Night Slash here. We'll see what they want to do. I mean, obviously they're going to eat this, but are they going to stay in? All right, so no boost. Guys, we didn't get a boost every single time. Come on. Come on. They go for the Earthquake, which is less energy efficient than Weather Ball. Bad play by them, but they tried to catch on their Ninetales, and they did not, so they back out. So GG's, well played to my opponent. Able to win a pretty tough lead there. I was happy about that one at least. Moving into the next one, the final match of the day. I'm up against a Dragonite lead. Now, you would think that this wouldn't be too bad of a lead for Slowbro since I am doing neutral and they are doing neutral, but they do outpace me. So I'm going to shield up the Dragon Claw here. Hopefully they want to no-shield this Psychic. We'll see about it. Come on, no shield, just get out of here. All right, they shield. That's fine. I'm going to swap into Obstagoon. Obstagoon actually wins that in the one shield, but they have a Shadow Machamp in the back. So at least I lured out Shadow Machamp, so my Greninja is not going to have to face this. I do land a Cross Chop, but they counter me all the way down. So all of the counters are going to be double resisted by my Galarian Slowbro, so that's what I'm going to come in with. Hopefully I can shield once and then farm all the way down. Let's see. Yes, it was the Rock Slide, so good shield on my part, and please don't be another Rock Slide. Please. Yeah, just a Cross Chop, and it does absolutely nothing. So they're going to come back in with their Dragonite. I can go straight for the Psychic here. Let's see. Yeah, okay, they used the last shield. I swap out into my Greninja, and they answer with Alolan Ninetales. Okay, let's see how much the Surf does. Come on, Surf. Do big damage. Do big damage. It takes them to about half health. With the bubbles, they're at half health. Come on, one more Surf will take out. One more Surf will take out. Throw the Surf! And they are able to throw the Dazzling Gleam to take out my Greninja. And at this point, I would have to Poison Jab all the way down. And it's just not going to happen. They're going to be able to throw a Weather Ball, and they're going to take that match. So GG's, well played to my opponent. Man. Alright guys, so final thoughts on Galarian Slowbro I think it's great in the Great League, but it doesn't really have a place in the Ultra Premier meta right now. It just loses to too many things that are so popular. It loses to Swampert, to Talonflame, to Dragonite, to Obstagoon, to Jellicent. The list goes on and on of all the common things that it loses to, and it doesn't just barely lose to them either. It's pretty hard losses. So I don't think that right now is the right time to try it out. Maybe in the future it will be good, especially if it gets a bait move, but for now, I would stay away. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. I do upload Pokemon Go Battle League content twice a week. Alright guys, that's it for today. This is ChillisFM reminding you to always keep pushing forward.